Hello, and welcome to Easy English Chat, a podcast for people who are learning English and want to hear real, natural conversations about everyday life. I'm Paul.
And I'm Eva. Hi, everyone. It's so good to have you here with us today.
If you're new to the podcast, welcome. Every episode, Eva and I just chat. We talk about normal, everyday topics, and we try to use simple, clear English so that you can follow along easily.
And hopefully pick up some useful words and phrases along the way.
Exactly. So today's topic, I think it's a really interesting one. We're talking about city life versus country life.
Ooh, yes, this is a great one. Would you rather live in a big, busy city or somewhere quiet and peaceful in the countryside?
It's a question a lot of people think about, and there are good things and not so good things about both.
So, Paul and I are going to share our opinions, compare the two, and hopefully give you lots of useful vocabulary and phrases. Things like I'd rather, compared to, on the other hand.
Great for learners. Okay, let's get into it. Eva, let's start simple. Where do you live right now? City or country?
Right now, I live in a city. It's a medium-sized city, not huge, but it's definitely a city. Lots of traffic, lots of people, coffee shops on every corner.
That sounds very familiar. I also live in a city at the moment, but I grew up in the countryside actually, in a really small village.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So you've experienced both?
Yeah, I have. And honestly, I think about it a lot. Which one do I prefer? It's actually quite hard to answer.
It really is. Okay, so let's compare them properly. Let's think about different parts of daily life. First, transport, getting around. How does that compare?
Okay, so in the city, transport is usually much easier, right? You've got buses, trains, the underground maybe, taxis, bike lanes.
Yes, I love that about city life. I don't even have a car. I just use public transit for everything. I'd say it's one of the biggest advantages of living in a city.
Totally. But in the countryside, it's a completely different story. When I was growing up, there was one bus and it came twice a day.
Oh, wow. So if you missed it,
You were walking or calling your mom to come and get you. Almost everyone in the countryside needs a car, and that can be expensive.
right. So for transport, city wins, I think. It's just more convenient.
I'd agree with that. Okay, next topic, noise, because this one is quite important for your quality of life, I think.
Oh, definitely. And this is where the countryside really wins, in my opinion. The city is so loud. I live near a main road, and sometimes at night I can hear cars, people talking outside, sirens.
Yeah, city noise can be really tiring after a while. When I visit my family in the countryside, the silence is honestly amazing. You wake up in the morning and you can hear birds. That's it.
That sounds so lovely, actually. I'd love that.
It really is peaceful. But on the other hand, some people find it too quiet, especially if you're used to city life. It can feel a bit lonely or even a bit strange at first.
That's true. I think I would struggle with the quiet at first. I'm so used to a bit of background noise.
It's funny, isn't it? We get used to our environment so quickly. Okay, what about nature? Being outdoors, fresh air, green spaces?
Okay, so this is another big win for the countryside, right? Fields, forests, rivers, hills. You just walk out of your front door and you're in nature.
Exactly. And the air is so much cleaner. No pollution, no exhaust fumes from cars and buses.
Cities are getting better at this, though. More parks, more green spaces. I live near a nice park, and I go there most mornings for a walk.
That's good. But I think honestly, it doesn't really compare to actual countryside. Like, a city park is lovely, but it's not the same as walking through a forest or along a river with no one else around.
No, you're right. For nature, countryside wins, easily.
Agreed. Okay, now let's talk about something the city is much better at. Entertainment. Things to do, places to go.
Yes, this is where I really love city life. Restaurants, cinemas, theaters, museums, galleries, live music, sports events. There's always something happening.
And such a variety, too. Like in a city, you can eat food from every country in the world. Thai food, Japanese food, Mexican food, Italian food.
Now I'm hungry. But yes, the variety is incredible. And I love that if I feel bored, there's always something to do. I can just pick up my phone, find an event, and go.
Whereas in the countryside, your options are more limited. When I was a teenager growing up in the village, I was so bored on weekends. There was a pub, a small shop, and that was kind of it.
Oh no.
I mean, I spent a lot of time outdoors, which was great, but for entertainment and social life, especially when you're young, the city is so much better.
I think that's why a lot of young people move to cities, isn't it? For work, but also for the social life.
Definitely. But then when people get older, maybe they get married, have children, a lot of them start thinking about moving to the countryside for more space, more peace, better school sometimes.
Yes, I've noticed that too. My older sister lives in the countryside now with her family. She has a big garden, her kids can run around outside.
See, that sounds really appealing to me. Space is such a big deal in the city. Flats are so small and so expensive.
Don't get me started on the cost of living. That's a huge disadvantage of city life. Rent is expensive, food can be more expensive, everything costs more.
In the countryside, you generally get much more for your money. A bigger house, a garden, more space for the same price or even less.
That's really tempting, I have to say. Okay, let's talk about daily routines. What does a typical day actually look like? Because I think that really shows the difference.
Good idea. So, in the city, a typical day for me is wake up, make coffee, take the tube to work. It's crowded and hot. Get to the office, work all day, maybe go to the gym in the evening, pick up dinner from a restaurant or a takeaway, get home, it's 9 o'clock, go to bed.
That sounds exhausting, but also kind of like my life too.
The pace is fast. Everything moves quickly. You're always kind of rushing.
Whereas in the countryside, I imagine the daily routine is much slower.
Much slower. When I visit my parents, I wake up, no alarm because it's quiet, have a big breakfast, maybe go for a walk. There's no rush. Time feels different, slower in a good way.
That sounds so relaxing. I think that's what people mean when they talk about a better quality of life in the countryside. It's that slower pace, less stress.
Yes, but then again, some people would find that too boring. Some people love the energy and the buzz of the city, the feeling that things are happening.
I think I'm one of those people, honestly. I love the energy. I'd rather have a busy, exciting life, even if it's a bit stressful, than a quiet one where not much happens.
See, I go back and forth. Some days I think I want to escape to the countryside. Other days I think I can't imagine leaving the city.
Classic. I think that's how a lot of people feel. Maybe the dream is to have both, a flat in the city and a little house in the countryside.
Ugh, that would be the perfect life, if only we could afford it.
Exactly. So, to summarize, city life is better for transport, entertainment, social life, work opportunities, and variety. But the countryside wins for nature, peace and quiet, space, lower costs, and a more relaxed pace of life.
It really depends on what you value most in life, and that can change at different stages of your life too.
Absolutely. So, to our listeners, we'd love to know, where do you live? Do you prefer city life or country life, and why?
Think about it in English. Try using some of the phrases we use today. I'd rather, compared to, on the other hand. I think the biggest advantage is...
Great practice.
Okay, I think that's a great place to wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to Easy English Chats.
We really hope you enjoyed the conversation, and more importantly, we hope it was helpful for your English learning.
Remember, the best way to improve your listening and your speaking is to hear natural English as much as possible. So keep listening, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Mistakes are how we learn. That's true for everyone, not just language learners.
So true. Okay, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who is learning English. That really helps us reach more people.
And we'll be back very soon with another Easy English Chat. Until next time, take care, everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye.